Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we turn complicated financial jargon into plain English lessons for your wallet. Today we're diving into INVO Fertility Inc.'s latest report, and let me tell you there is a little something unexpected brewing. Before we jump in, if you're finding value in these corporate deep dives, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And hey, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord where we break down these filings even further, so check the link in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. So what we have here is a Form 8K current report filed by INVO Fertility Inc. Think of this as the company's way of telling the public about major events that have happened. It is not their regular quarterly or annual report, but a special announcement. And for INVO Fertility Inc., the big news dropped on the 6th of October 2025. This filing is about INVO Fertility Inc., a company focused on fertility treatments. They're registered in Nevada and their stock trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol IVF. Now, this particular filing is kicking off a conversation about something called unregistered sales of equity securities. That sounds a bit technical, but it basically means they've issued new stock or securities without needing to register them immediately with the government. They're claiming an exemption for this. Here is the juicy part. On the 6th of October of 2025, an institutional investor and an existing holder of what is called Series C2 convertible preferred street OC, which we LL call C-2 preferred for short exercise, something called an additional investment, right? You can think of this as a special option they had to invest more money. This right came from a previous deal called the Securities Purchase Agreement. So what did this investor do? They acquired an additional 200 shares of this C2 preferred street OC. The total value of these shares was $200,000 and they paid $200,000 in cash for them. So no surprises there, it was a straight cash for stock deal. Now this is where it gets interesting for those holding the C2 preferred street OC. Because of this new investment and how the deal is structured, the price at which this preferred stock can be converted into regular common stock also adjusted. It moved to $0.6643 per S-share. This is a key detail for investors because it can impact the potential future value and dilution of the company's common stock. The company is saying they are allowed to do this without a full public registration because it is considered a private transaction, not a public offering. They're leaning on specific rules in the Securities Act meant for these kinds of deals. This is pretty standard for institutional investors, but it is good to know they're following the rules. Now let's talk about what this means for INVO Fertility Inc. and its investors when a company issues more stock even through private placements like this. It can potentially dilute the ownership stake of existing shareholders, meaning your ownership percentage might go down if you don't also acquire more shares. The adjusted conversion price is also a vital piece of information. For instance, if the company's common stock is trading much higher than $0.6643 a share, then those who hold the C-2 preferred have a strong incentive to convert their preferred shares into common stock. This can increase the number of shares outstanding. INVO Fertility Inc. is not electing to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards. This means they are opting to adopt new accounting rules, as they are released unlike some other companies that get a grace period. This can signal a company's confidence in its financial reporting and its desire to stay current with accounting practices. While this filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables like a quarterly report, it does point to other filings for more information. The company has registered its common stock on the Nasdaq stock market LLC. This is where you go to buy or sell their shares. Looking at the broader picture, INVO Fertility Inc. is in the very competitive and sensitive fertility market. Companies in this space often rely on strategic partnerships and flexible financing structures to fuel growth and innovation. This particular transaction with the C2 preferred street OC appears to be a way for the company to secure additional capital from existing supportive investors while maintaining some flexibility in its capital structure. From a Warren Buffett perspective, we're always looking at a company's ability to generate free cash flow and its long-term competitive advantages. In this filing, we don't see the hard numbers on revenue or profit, but we do see a company actively managing its capital. The reliance on private placements and adjustments to convertible securities suggests they are in a growth or development phase where they might be prioritizing funding over immediate profitability or are seeking to avoid the scrutiny of a public offering for every capital raise. A notable risk here is the potential for dilution if these convertible securities are exercised and converted into common stock at a rapid pace, especially if the company's stock price doesn't rise sufficiently to offset the increased number of shares. Another factor to watch is the overall health of the fertility market itself, which can be influenced by economic conditions, healthcare policies, and technological advancements. However, the fact that existing investors are willing to put more money in is generally a positive sign about their belief in the company's future prospects. So to wrap up, INVO Fertility Inc. is making moves to secure funding through existing investor channels. This allows them flexibility, but also means we need to keep an eye on potential dilution for common shareholders. The adjusted conversion price is a key factor to monitor as it impacts when and if these preferred shares become common shares. What are your thoughts on this filing and its implications for INVO Fertility Inc.'s future? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community for deeper discussions using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Decode.